Brazilians are back in the house, and let me just say that you guys, I mean, the best, are the best. I love everything and incredible stuff. I can't wait to see more from these super talented fans.
Well, me too, Aline. Now, speaking of DC's fans, since 2017, you have been demanding the release of Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, of course. Your friends at HBO Max heard you and look for it in 2021.
I know, but I know. That probably feels like a long way off. So, right now, we're gonna check out this very exciting panel featuring Zack Snyder and some special guests, as well as some of the fans who helped bring this DC dream come to life.
Ready? Ready. Okay, let's go. Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. It's awesome to be here at DC Fandom. This is amazing. It's been quite a journey with the DC fans, and I've had a great time bringing some of these beloved DC titles to the big screen. And the Justice League really is, for me, and in this format, an amazing crown jewel. As a community, you were able to make this thing happen, and we really appreciate it. We're going to shake it up a little bit for this panel, and I'm going to have some fans ask me questions. I'm going to ask some people questions. We're going to have special guests, so let's get to it. We have some questions from fans read to us by some of the amazing cast of Justice League. Looks like next we have Batman, my Batman. Go ahead, man. What do you got?
I hope you guys are enjoying DC Fandom. And I'm really excited for you to get a chance to see Zack's ultimate version of Justice League on HBO Max next year.
Well, thank you, Ben. I'm excited for everyone to see the film as well. It's cool. What question do you have?
Patrick Mendoza wants to know, who is your favorite superhero of all time? We know the answer to that, but go ahead and answer it anyway.
I guess my favorite hero of all time, other than Batman, would have to be, sort of staying in the DC world as I do, it's got to be Dr. Manhattan, from Watchmen, I think. I don't know, for me, he's like this super cool quantum superhero whose time, space, reality, all those things are at his fingertips. So yeah, it's got to be Dr. Manhattan. That was awesome, Ben. Thank you so much. That was cool, and appreciate you stopping by. I think next, is it Superman?
Hello, everybody. My name is Henry Cavill, and I promise you that I am not in prison. This is just my place of work. I hope you're enjoying DC Fandom, and I have a fan question for Zack Snyder from Swapnil. As a storyteller, what is the dynamic between the Justice League that is important for you to present on the screen? Zack, over to you.
It's a great question, and thank you so much. I think the important thing for me to see as the Justice League comes together is this idea that, like, a lot of them basically are loners, right? You have Batman, lives in a cave. His only buddy is Alfred, really. You got Wonder Woman, who, after Steve's demise, she's been kind of keeping quiet. You have Flash, who's got these powers, but he's kind of alone in the world. And you have Cyborg, who, in a lot of ways, is not really happy about what's happened to him, this transformation. He's coming to terms with it. And then you have Aquaman, who also is this loner. And sort of thematically, them coming together and forming a family and finding in each other support. I think that's really what, in the end, drove me to want to see this happen, or see them come together. And I think that when you take all these different personalities and bring them together into a single cohesive group, it's a fun and awesome dynamic, but also there's a why of doing it. All right, let's see, who do we have next? Is it Cyborg?
Hey, Zack. What up, man? Ray Fisher here. I am super excited about the Snyder Cut getting dropped on HBO Max, And there's some folks who have a couple questions for you. The first question is coming from Eddie Gordon from the United States. And that question is, which character are you most excited to fully flesh out in your cut of Justice League?
Interesting that you should ask me that, because of course it's Cyborg. Cyborg is the heart of the movie. Cyborg is the thing that I think in the end holds the team together in a lot of ways. And excited to see, or for fans to see, just how that is realized on cameras.
And the second question is coming in from Irfan Kam from the United Kingdom. And their question is, when you started writing Justice League, what thematic ideas were you most excited to tackle? Additionally, how much of a challenge was it to keep the tone mythological? I want to know too, so make sure you get up on those.
It's a great question. When Chris and I were talking about this movie, I think we're big fans of sort of the Joseph Campbellian, hero's journey, and also this notion that we would be creating a team. They're knights of the round table joining together in an epic adventure, and this is the call to action film that brings them as a story that brings them all together. And I think it is a mythological concept to begin with. So keeping it mythological, and especially when you think about it's Aquaman, it's Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, and then Superman, you're really talking about a mythological group, Okay, this is fun. Let's keep them coming. Who else? I think next is the Flash himself.
Mr. Maestro Zack Snyder. I mean, what other questions can we ask? I think we'd all like to know if we'll see more of the handsome and talented Ezra Miller in your cut.
I like the question, Ezra. No agenda at all. Very good. Of course, you're going to see tons more of the Flash. I have a huge love for the Flash and for Ezra Miller, as you know, especially when you call me at the last second and make me come work on your music videos in the desert. That's really kind of you. So, but yes, of course, Ezra. I think people are going to see a lot more of the Flash, and they're going to get to see a little bit more of his emotional arc. And I hope they enjoy it, because I enjoy seeing you, especially in this format. Okay, looks like we've got we've got something from Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot.
Zach, when you cast me in the role of Wonder Woman, I had no idea what an amazing ride I was in for. It's been life-changing to play this character, mostly because I've got to meet so many incredible fans around the world who love her like we do. Fans who I hope are all sharing this experience today, because it's all happening because of you. So to all the fans who asked for this cut, you obviously have your own superpowers, because just like the members of Justice League, you are stronger together, and you made this possible. So thank you. I love you.
Thanks, Gal. I can't wait for fans to see you in Wonder Woman 84, which is an amazing movie, and you are amazing in it. And Patty, of course, did an amazing job. So you guys are an awesome team, and people's minds are going to be blown when they see that. So thanks again. That was great. All right, let's see. Who do we have next?
Hi, Zach, and everybody in the Justice League crew. I have a question. So as somebody who is so very excited to get to see your vision of Justice League, and that you're finally getting this chance to really show us the film that was always intended, and one that we're all so super excited to see, I wanted to know, probably what everybody wants to know is, can you hint something that the world has never seen, that you have been so excited to let us all get a glimpse at without too many spoilers?
Okay. How do I do this without giving too many spoilers? You're going to see something with Flash in this film I don't think that you've ever seen before. Something that has to do with his abilities, because, he's a quantum character. He interacts with time and space. So you might see him do something that is timely. But awesome, Patty. Awesome question. And it's awesome to see you. All right, let's move along, shall we? And I think I want to ask some questions. So let's get some people on the line if we can. I'd like to get, there's some super fans we have standing by, I see. One of them is Fiona from China. She is dear to our hearts. She was one of the founding members of the Snyder Cut movement and really instrumental in bringing it to all of us. So let's get her on the line and say hi to her.
Oh my God, Zach and his studio. It's like a dream come true.
I'm going to ask you some questions. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
First off was, what about this movement and the Snyder Cut and the whole thing? What was the thing that got you to say like, hey, you know what? I got to get involved with this.
After I saw Batman with Superman in theaters 4 years ago in China, I was blown away. After watching Justice League, it was immediately clear that many parts of the film were not consistent with your usual filmmaking style. So we are the fans. We knew that there was a real version of the film out there. We started asking for it. Why not? We started a petition, if you remember, that reached to 180K people signed. Then I think it's not enough. So I created a website called forsnydercut.com that allowed us to start doing some online and real-world events, such as Twitter trends, raising money for AFSP, letter reading, and phone calls to Warner Brothers. Now, here we are.
Awesome. Wow. And look what happened. You guys did it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
So did you really think it was going to happen though? When we really started to, when it got closer?
It all started with hope and dream. So many movements, I think, never go beyond that. To actually achieve a dream, you need organization and selflessness. Then we have a team who put a billboard in Times Square.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think you remember that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
When you see all these people, when you fight alongside such talented and generous people, you know it's not possible. It's a certainty.
Yeah.
Even we had many obstacles, but we know we will win this.
Yeah, it's fun. I always thought it was funny that the scale started to get bigger and bigger, and we would notice oh my gosh. And at first, remember, because it was like a bus stop in Comic-Con and then a billboard in Times Square, and then on the anniversary of Justice League, and it just goes completely nuts, and everyone was like, okay.
It's like snowball, rolling with a big snowball.
Yeah, a giant snowball now, yeah. What was your favorite moment for you in the whole experience?
I think my answer to this question evolved. I started out because I admire you. I love you. I want to fight for you and your works. But as time passed, it became just much about fighting alongside my fellow community members. It's power from art, mostly. Power from your art. You empowered us.
Well, that's amazing and kind. And well, it's amazing to see you. And thank you so much for connecting with us. I can't wait to come to China.
Please come to China. I want to be your guide. So see you.
Yep. See you soon. Thank you, Fiona.
Yeah.
Okay. We have another call from Dexter, another amazing friend and another amazing fan who also was super important in the creation and cultivation of this movement. He's been around for a long time and really making this happen. So let's talk to Dexter. Dexter.
Hi. How are you, my friend?
Awesome. I'm glad you came. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you as well.
So I got you on the spot because I want to ask you a couple questions. So I guess the first question is, what are your initial thoughts? And where were you when you first heard about the Snyder Cut movement? Or how did it come on your radar?
Yeah, well, it was very early on. I'll tell you, right after the viewing of the theatrical edition, I went to the internet and I felt that I couldn't be the only one that felt a certain way. So after maybe a few weekends, I had a few chats with a few people, and it kind of fell into my lap, and I said, this is something that I can really get behind. And I did what I could in order to try to help, and here I am, multiple years later, still trying to be a forefront of this whole thing to help you guys out, and thankfully it's been a positive turn of events.
Yeah, how crazy is it that I was saying the other day, I shot the movie in 2016. Like that's when I was on set shooting. And here we are in 2021 and well, coming up to, and that's when the movie's going to come out, and seems impossible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So to that, when you started in this movement, did you think there was a chance that that they would do this?
That's a really great question. Early on, I had high hopes about it. And I think it was just because of my ignorance on how the industry worked. Toward, a quarter into it, I kind of was like, well, we're not really speaking their language. How can we get them to want to do this for us? I think that's the key, and what made it really happen is just the fact that they saw that there were so many people that really wanted to stand behind the artistry of it all, the artists, and the integrity of it. And here we are.
I always felt like when I was sort of observing this movement, in a lot of ways, for fans, the way the comic book calendar is set up, it'd be like, the anniversary of the release, or a Comic-Con, or Brazil Comic-Con, or New York Comic-Con. And you guys just always kind of using those events as like a springboard, because you're like, look, we got something to say. So it always felt like.
Yeah, it was tough coming up with those things at times. It really was. We would chatter a lot of behind the scenes Zoom calls and phone calls and WhatsApp messages, really trying to come up with what can we do next? What we're thinking about our next event. And then when you were to kind of give us a little hint or a little something to play along with, and it just really, really ignited us to continue on. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that for me was amazing. It was cool to have this kind of conversation with the fans where I could either, release an image or just say something and just get this response that I could feel, this kind of energy exchange that was really, really, really exciting. Do you have a favorite moment from this experience?
I think my favorite moment so far is getting the opportunity to fly out to your event in Pasadena. The Director's Cut weekend was such a memorable event for me and my sons, and something I will always cherish with me. And one of the other things I was just really, really excited to see, and this is just me, and I don't want to make things heavy, but just the opportunity to see the smile on yours and Debbie's face when it was official. It was just really heartwarming to me. And honestly, I did tear up a little bit. I will admit I teared up a little bit, but it's just because it was just a lot of work that paid off. And I'm just excited to see that you guys were really, really happy.
Well, I got to admit that we also, when we heard the news, we all got pretty emotional, and it's been an incredible journey. And for us, one of the amazing parts is that we were able to, interact with and be part of this fan community in an amazing way. And it's changed us and made us, really grateful for being able to have this dialogue and also, frankly, feeling the incredible support for the work that I get to experience, when we see these fan generated events and things that really have nothing to do with selling a movie or doing anything that has to do with commerce. It's really for love, and we feel it. And also the amazing charitable work that you guys, the amount of money you've raised for suicide prevention is just unbelievable. So again, thank you so much. We couldn't thank you enough. So Dexter, thanks.
Thank you so much. It's been our pleasure. We appreciate it.
It's cool to interact with the fans and get to talk about this journey that we've been on, because it has been something quite amazing. Maybe I should talk for a second about how you guys are going to see the movie and what format we're going to have it in. It's going to be in 4 parts, 1 hour each. So 4 hours of Justice League is coming your way. We're going to work on a way of bundling it together at the end so you can watch it as a single film if that's the way you want to experience it. Also, to all my international fans and everyone watching all over the world, don't worry if you don't have HBO Max, because we're working on a distribution plan. So I promise you're going to get a chance to see it. And if you guys haven't gotten your t-shirt yet, there's still hope. If you go to Ink to the People, you can get your associate producer shirt. And I want you guys, it all goes to a good cause. So please go grab a shirt if you can. I guess it's time to play the little teaser, because that's why you're really here, to see some footage from the movie, as I promised. So why don't we check that out? So here it is, Justice League.
Now I've heard there was a secret chord that David and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
Zack Snyder, man. Zack
That was
Snyder.
amazing, and that's how we do it in the DC fandom.
I'm going to get you with my superhero powers.
Why is he called Robin? Because you don't really see bats and robins together, do you? I suppose they both fly and they both eat insects. Yeah.
I promise not to play jokes on people. I'm quite good at long jump. I spring a bit more than everyone else. I'm quite bouncy.
DC fandom is the place to be.
Are you ready for more DC fandom reviews? Stick around because we've got The Flash.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. Barry Allen. I am the Flash.
Welcome to DC Fandom. I'm Chancellor Agard from Entertainment Weekly, and this is the Flash panel. Joining me today, we have Grant Gustin, who plays the Scarlet Speedster himself, the Flash, aka Barry Allen. Candace Patton, who plays reporter extraordinaire Iris West Allen. Daniel Tannenbaker, who pulls double duty as both Caitlin Snow and Frost. Carlos Valdez, who plays the ever-quotable mechanical engineer Cisco Ramon. Daniel Nicolay, who plays meta attorney Cecile Horton. Brandon McKnight, who plays enthusiastic scientist Chester P. Runk. And Kayla Compton, who plays Central City citizen intern Allegra Garcia. Also, we have showrunner and executive producer Eric Wallace. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Before we talk about season 7, I do want to go back through season 6, which I think was a really unique year for the show. Because, Eric, you decided to split the season into 2 parts. Looking back on it now, how successful do you feel that was? How effective was that?
I thought it was really successful. In the first half with Bloodwork, we were able to really drill down on Barry's story and on dealing with crisis. In the back half, we're able to really drill into Iris's character and Team Citizen and Eva's story. And then we'll see at the top of season 7 how it all comes together.
And for the cast, especially the ones who've been here since season 1, in the moment, could you feel something different about the show and how it was structured?
I loved it. I was a big fan of it. I'm really glad that we got to, it gives the opportunity to really flesh out those villains a little bit more and not spread them out so much that you feel like you're sort of filling in episodes to get to the end.
Yeah, I think a show needs to change in order to grow.
As an actor, too, it prevents fatigue throughout the season. 22 episodes is a long time, 9 months. And I think for us, having this kind of break in the season where a new sort of storyline emerges kind of puts us in a headspace of, feeling reinvigorated with the work.
The first half of the season was very much about sort of Barry's walk up to crisis and him dealing with his mortality.
I don't know how you're doing this. Real or not, I'm coming for you.
Grant, for you, what was it like sort of dig into Barry in that way in the first half of the season, especially with episodes like The Last Temptation?
That was a really special episode to me. And I think it really was a good episode to show just kind of the culmination of all of his emotions and the conflict kind of boiling over. I just felt really lucky with all the material they gave me in The Last Temptation of Barry Allen.
And on the flip side, we dug a lot more into Iris as a journalist. For you, Candace, what was it like to sort of explore that side of Iris in more detail?
It was a long time coming. I think we've kind of teased Iris being this ace reporter since season 1. It's always kind of been put on the back burner. So it was a nice treat to finally have it be at the forefront of her character arc for the season. It's such a male-dominated cast. I love these guys. But having more women and having this kind of Charlie's Angels reporter team, it was really cool. It brought a new energy to the show. And I hope we carry on with that in the next season.
And on the subject of new things, this season we got 2 new characters with Chester and Kayla, and we have 2 now series regulars coming into season 7. How was your experience sort of coming into a show that's sort of 6 seasons in and sort of finding your way through it?
I was intimidated for sure. I knew these guys were a family and I was nervous. Danny was one of the first people that made me feel so welcome. Aww. We were shooting a scene and she just took me under her wing instantly. And I remember she was like, "Do you want to take a picture?" And I was like, "Do I want to take a picture with you?" Yes. And then I got the courage to ask other people to take pictures because she had made me feel so welcome instantly.
I was a big fan. I am a big fan of the show, and I watched the show. The Flash is my little sister's favorite superhero, so we watched the show since season 1. So I came in already understanding what the show was about, what the show's tone was, stuff like that. For me, it was more so just meeting everybody and trying to find my spot and my place without interrupting or changing too much.
And Brandon, I know in the past, Eric has talked about how Chester, he views Chester, it's sort of like him, it's sort of enthusiasm about science and all that. I'm curious, 1, what conversations did you have with Eric about sort of crafting this performance as Chester? And 2, did you base any of it on Eric himself?
I remember the first day on set, I met Eric, and I remember him just telling me, this guy's brain works faster than his mouth. He can't speak as quickly as he thinks.
Hey, what up, party people? Welcome
to a world where all are welcome and anything, including the scientifically impossible, can and probably will happen.
Kayla, with Allegra, I'm curious, coming into the show, I mean, how did you sort of connect with your character and in what ways did you relate to her?
The way I look at Allegra is that she just wants to fit in and belong somewhere. And I just super resonate with that. Family is really important to me. My friendships are really important to me. And belonging to something or having a community is just really important to me. So that was one of the first things that I connected with Allegra. She just wants a family and she wants to belong, and she hasn't had that previously. And so I just super resonate with her on that level.
For you, I guess
you're in the Flash family now.
Yeah.
Danielle, I mean, this season 6 was all about sort of Frost finding herself or finding a way to craft a life for herself. For you, what was it like to explore that journey with this character?
It was great. It was really fun to get to explore Killer Frost as a real character and a person and a human being with feelings and emotions, and not just necessarily this person who, pops up for a fight and then disappears and we don't really know her perspective on things. So it was really fun to get to dig in and flesh that out and have a little bit of fun with it. Like Candace was saying earlier, it's nice to have the variety after, 6 seasons and we're rapidly approaching 150 episodes.
On the subject of change, this season for Cecile, she sort of decides to become a meta attorney for metahumans. For you, what has it been like to see this character evolve from when she was initially introduced to where she is now?
It's a blast for me because I got to be a regular person, then I got to be a telepath, and then I got to be an empath, and then now I am a meta defense attorney. And then from what I understand, there's going to be some shifts next season too.
Is there something that you're hoping to do that you haven't gotten a chance to do on the show yet?
I have always, this is not news to anybody, Eric will not be surprised, I have wanted Cecile to be bad, just a little bit bad, forever. So just a little bit, because she's so good. I would have a lot of fun playing like bad Cecile. Unfortunately, Eric does not believe me to be as good of a writer as I am an actor. So he continues to not buy my pitches.
But I listen. I am listening.
And Carlos, this season 5 ended with him giving up his powers, and this season was very much about him figuring out what his role on the team was without those powers. After 5 seasons of Cisco's vibe, what was it like for you to explore this new this Cisco in a new place like this?
I don't think he regrets that decision, but I think it definitely haunts him. I'm actually feeling a lot like Cisco these days because I'll have a fan that I'll see on the street or whatever. They'll be like, yo, but vibe though. Come on. And I have to imagine Cisco's probably feeling very similarly. I know.
The beginning of season 6 actually had an episode called Kiss Kiss Breach Breach, which is Cisco-centric. And included on the DVD set coming out in August is a black and white version of that episode. And we have a clip from that episode. So let's check it out.
You murdered my daughter!
No, I didn't do it! I swear!
Liar!
Believe me!
Leave him alone!
Where did you get that?
In Cisco's workshop. I don't know how it got there.
I do. He just murdered my daughter with it.
Wow, right?
Pretty cool,
so exciting.
Very cool.
Carlos, an episode was so Cisco-centric about him dealing with Gypsy's death. What was it like leading the A-plot?
So gratifying to my budding narcissism.
On that note, we also have a sizzle reel for what's to come in season 7. When we last left off season 6, Eva McCulloch had gotten what she wanted, and she framed Sue. And the sizzle will sort of tease what's to come when the show returns. So let's check out that clip.
I've achieved my goal. This company is all mine. You lost your speed? You're not much of a threat, are you? You just stay out of my way, Flash.
Iris is my wife. I have to save her.
What are you? I am a product of your broken mind.
How much speed do you have left?
Enough for a few hours. I need your help to build an artificial speed force. That's how I can get my speed back.
I was an empath too, only I never held back. What did you do to me? Imagine what you'd become if you weren't so afraid. This time, no one is coming to save you. Now your friends,
not your husband. There's only two options in this place: survival or madness.
You lied.
Yeah, I lied.
Oh, frack.
There's a supersonic jet about to crash over the city.
And the Flash isn't fast enough to stop it.
Eva can move anywhere, through any mirror in the universe, in the blink of an eye. She's faster than I am, and somehow I'm supposed to stop her?
I have unfinished business and a whole world to liberate.
We need a plan. We've all lost so much this year. Some things can't be taken. We still have our will to fight for those we love.
Keep watching. Keep trying to break me, because I'm not afraid of the woman that I am today. But you are, Eva.
Team Flash needs as many hands on deck as possible.
Well, now, Flash.
We go save Iris and our friends.
Get everybody back.
Eric, can you talk about what we're seeing there?
When we had the shutdown happen, as unfortunate as it was, we were on the last day of filming for what would have been the 20th episode of last season, which now will become partially the first episode of season 7. So we did have 85% of the footage that we were able to use. Plus, also, we knew where we were going already in season 7. So even though it's only footage really from one episode, pay attention to the way it's presented. It's actually huge spoilers all over the place.
And that sizzle had a lot of Iris in it, a lot of Iris in the Mirrorverse. Candace, I mean, can you sort of, in your mind, I guess, how do you think her time in the Mirrorverse has sort of affected her?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see when she comes out, and I believe she will come out very soon when we pick up season 7. It'll be very interesting to see how she's been affected by being kind of stuck in this maddening world with this super villain.
Preview showed that sort of Barry is sort of working as hard as he can to get his powers back, get his speed back. I mean, for you, do you think Barry has enjoyed any part of not having his speed at this point, or do you think he really does really misses it, I guess?
Yeah, no, I think he really just misses it. I don't think, especially with Iris being trapped in the Mirrorverse at the moment, and then Eva being a factor, I don't think any part of him has been like, well, I guess I'll just enjoy this downtime while I can. I think he genuinely not just wants his powers back, but he feels that he needs them back. And he's also started to feel that they define him, and what is he without them.
Big bads for season 7. Eric, what was it about Goth that you're like, oh, there's something there for that?
I want to make sure that new fans, especially new young fans who are reading the comic book right now, are welcomed to the show. So it's not just Silver Age villains and Bronze Age villains. There might be a young girl or a young boy who is reading those Flash comics right now and going, where's my villain, my generation's villain?
And with that, let's move on to some fan questions. Last season, we got to see some romantic moments between Barry and Iris, even though it was Mirror Iris. Will we get to see more of that with the real Iris this season? And this question comes from Jamaica.
They will find their way back to each other eventually. A lot of the romance and the chemistry between Grant and I has always been something even deeper than that. It's the way we look at each other and the way the characters are written.
For Grant, which from all over the world wanted to know this, when will we get to see the Flash in the iconic gold boots?
This might be a question for me, but really it's for Eric, because I don't know if this is saying too much, but if it were up to me, it would have been like 2 seasons ago. So,
well, that'll do it for us today. Thank you all for joining me for this panel. I had a really good time. For everyone watching, please make sure you tune into The Flash when it returns in 2021. The Flash, the complete 6th season, is available now on digital and comes out on Blu-ray and DVD on August 25th.
So, this is the DC fandom. Wow, what a cool place to be. You think you've seen it all? Not even close. Another big game announcement is on the way. Plus, panel discussions with cast of Black Adam, Aquaman, and the Batman. And now for some more of your fan questions. Check it out.
I would like to. I mean, honestly, as a nerd, seeing the whole table of superheroes, like, I got chills, and it would be cool to be like Justice League out. You know, that would be awesome. So I would love for that to happen. And as far as Henderson, you know, I don't know. I was not a fan of him going. So I mean, that still sucks, to be perfectly honest. So I would love for him to be revived, but I will go on record that I wanted him to not die.
Comics have always been an aspiring art form. Our characters have been interpreted in so many ways over the years by incredible artists, including you. Let's take a look at some of your amazing art created by our talented fans right now. Wow, such amazing art. And did you see that Black Adam art piece in there? I wonder what else might be in the store for Black Adam.
I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. This is the one. This is the one that's going to change everything. This is Black Adam. "5,000 years ago, Kahndaq was a melting pot of cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing, except for the chains around our necks. Kahndaq needed a hero. Instead, they got me. I did what needed to be done, and they imprisoned me for it. Now, 5,000 years later, I'm free. And I give you my word. No one will ever stop me again. All right, what's up, everybody? And so happy to be joining you guys at the first ever DC Fandome. You guys are watching from around the world. You're excited. I'm excited. And I got to tell you, first of all, I got to give props to my two friends, Jim Lee and Boss Logic, who teamed up with me to create that really amazing piece that I was so proud to show you guys. Just to give you guys a little sense of the Black Adam movie that we plan to create and deliver for you. Now, I wish I could show you more, a lot more, but as you can imagine, we're still in the very early processes of this creation. But I can promise all of you this, all of you around the world right now watching, I can promise you this, I give you my word, that we are gonna go beyond your wildest expectations. And I already know this because your expectations are high, so are mine. Look, at the end of the day, I truly have one boss that I aim to please, besides my wife and my daughters. And that boss, of course, is you guys, the fans, the audience. Always audience first in my book. All right, so I know you guys got a lot of questions. I'm gonna do my best to answer as many as I can. Let's get this show on the road. Here we go. All right, the first question comes in from June Rodriguez of the United States. The question is, how powerful can we expect Black Adam to be? Well, great question, Jude. Thank you for asking that question. As we all know, Black Adam is one of the most powerful superheroes, anti-heroes, villains, whatever you want to call Black Adam. He is one of the most powerful in the DC universe. But as we all know, the superheroes, they have to exhibit a little bit of restraint when it comes to taking care of the bad guys, if you will, or taking care of the people who are opposite them, who are opposing them, who are in their way. But this idea that you could take all of Black Adam's powers and he does not practice restraint, that makes for a really powerful combination, and one that's explosive, one that's very dangerous, and one that is ultimately, I think, very likable, to me at least. All right, next question comes in from Jaden Marvel of Singapore. The question is, if you could take any DC character to join you in an adventure, who would it be and why? The number one choice on who I would love to take with me on an adventure would be Wonder Woman. And I'll tell you why. No, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, of course you would, Rock. No. Look, Gal is my friend. She's a very good friend of mine. But the character of Wonder Woman is one that I have such a tremendous amount of respect for. I've always thought that this combination of Wonder Woman and Black Adam would make an incredible pairing. So this idea that we would go on an adventure together is something very cool. The other part to this answer is, I always thought that it might be cool to hang out with Superman. That would be cool, right? I mean, we're kind of similar in terms of our powers, our strengths, our speeds. Because look, at the end of the day, you never know. Black Adam and Superman could become friends. Or they won't. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. All right, this next question comes from Caleb Hammocks from the UK. The question is, out of all the characters you could have played, what is it about Black Adam that stuck out to you that makes him unique? It's a great question, Caleb. Thank you very much. Caleb or Caleb, I hope I pronounced your name right. As many of you know, Black Adam has been with me for a very, very long time. This has been a project that has been in development for a very long time, over 10 years plus with myself, our producer, Hiram Garcia, who's the president of $7 Productions. I mean, this has been in our DNA and in our wiring for such a long time. One of the main things that I always loved and admired about Black Adam was, number one, he was an anti-hero. He is an anti-hero. I love that. I love that the line is a little blurred. I love that he doesn't toe the mark. I love that he doesn't walk the line. I love that he has his own sense of Black Adam justice. I also love the fact that his origins are that of a slave. When the origins are that of somebody who is enslaved, his people enslaved, his family enslaved, and he's felt the burdens and the pressures of a larger entity holding him down until he can't take it anymore. And when you come from that place, it's just a different energy and a vibe, different mana that you have. So I've always loved that about Black Adam, which informs how Black Adam operates, how he sees justice, how he delivers justice. And I've always appreciated that about Black Adam. Okay, this next great question is from Ayush Butola from India. I hope I pronounced your name right. So from India, thank you for this question. Will you stay faithful to the fact Black Adam, at the end of the day, is a ruthless keeper of justice and not a stereotypical villain or a hero? I love this question. And my stripped away, honest answer is yes. You know, as we all know, there's many variations and iterations of Black Adam that we have all fallen in love with over the years, over the years. And what I can promise you is the Black Adam that I feel in my heart is the right one to root our story in the beginning, this origin story. This is a character that will possess all the qualities that we have loved, regardless of what variation of Black Adam you've loved, which he is ruthless. He's a ruthless keeper of justice. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and he believes in an eye for an eye, and he will always do everything he can to protect his people more so protect his family. So that is my answer, and thank you for your question. All right, so here we go. This next question, it's a video question coming in via video. All right, cool, roll it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? My question is, I just want to know how you're feeling about the fact that I'm coming for your squat game. I'm just curious.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm glad, Noah, that you said that, because there's a difference between coming for my squat game, different than, Adam Smasher coming for Black Adam's squat game. It's a big difference. So you know what? I welcome it. Dude, good to see you, man. How you been?
Good to see you, too. I've been really good, man. Excited to be here. Excited to be a part of the team, man.
Man, it's so cool to have you be part of this team and to bring Adam Smasher to life, JSA to life, to bring this entire universe that we're going to create together to life. Well, talk to me a little bit about your workouts. I know you've been training hard despite us being locked down. How has that been going? Let the fans know.
It's been really good. There's a lot of different precautions that we take now, but it's been a lot of training outside, on the tarmac or like on the turf, a lot of sled work. A lot of hypertrophy training, if you will. But it's just grinding. You know what that's like, man. It's just a lot of hard work and just trying to, do the best that I can to be ready to come and deliver when it's game day.
Man, you're going to crush this role. I can't wait. I love that you said that you're training on the tarmac. Right. So, and the fact that you're on the tarmac means it's about 120 degrees on that tarmac.
Oh, it's warm down here.
Well, man, really quickly, I know that a lot of fans are super excited that we are introducing JSA after all these years. And what is it about Adam Smasher, which, by the way, is one of my favorite characters, especially, when you see him just grow so large and everything is like just so badass and yes, and powerful. What is it about the character that attracted you?
Man, I think Al, because the real name Al Rothstein. I feel like he really has something to prove, especially with his lineage of where his grandfather was kind of a villain, and he's got quite a spirit to just help. And what I love about the character is that he goes through this transformation throughout the film, where I think he's not expecting the world of being a superhero, because this is, his first mission. It kind of just like hits him across the face. And so it's this journey that he goes on of what it means to be a superhero. And he gets to really see someone like Black Adam, who takes a different approach, clearly, to, solving a problem or fighting, bad guys. And it's an exciting character. It's a young character. It's a new, fresh face. And I don't mind being the size of the Eiffel Tower or the Empire State Building. That'd be pretty tight.
I've seen some of the early like previs and renditions, and I got to tell you, it's so cool to see Adam Smasher next to Black Adam, and how, especially when your character, just becomes even more powerful and he grows. It's just such an incredible visual to see Adam Smasher just so big and badass. And, Black Adam just reduced. But it's awesome, man. And I'm so happy you're on board. And I know you've been working your ass off. And personally, for Meteor, I want to thank you so much for working so hard. This has been a passion project, a dream of mine for many, many years. So I thank you. My heart is full of gratitude, brother, for all the hard work that you're going to put in. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to get on set with you, and we're going to crush this movie.
I'm so stoked, man. I can't wait. Thank you for having me aboard. So grateful. Seriously.
Well, so cool to see my boy Noah. Can't wait for you guys to see him in the movie. He's going to kick ass. All right, now, I tried to get through as many questions as I possibly could. There were literally thousands and thousands of them. And a lot of the questions were about the JSA, the Justice Society of America, and who from the JSA is going to be in our movie. Well, I don't want to reveal too much this early on, but I thought this might answer some of your questions. Take a look.
I have a knack for destroying bullies. But there are some who think I need help. Hawkman. Dr. Fate. And their new recruits. Cyclone. And Atom Smasher. They call themselves the Justice Society, an organization that believes in fighting for truth and justice. Well, I'm going to teach them that the only beliefs I fight for are mine. Welcome to Truth, Justice, and the Black Adam Way.
So, as you guys can see, we are cooking up something pretty badass and certainly a lot of fun that we are all excited about to deliver to you guys. And I can't wait to show you more. But before I go, I want you guys to help me out with something. It's something that's pretty important. I need you guys to help me get a message out to some of the other ones. Some of the other DC superheroes. Let's let Flash, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Let's let them know something. Things will never be the same because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.